or newly graduated artist with big dreams to grow your craft? The Ian Potter Cultural Trust is here to help you take the next step. Since 1993, the Cultural Trust has supported over 1,900 Australian artists with more than $13.8 million in grants. These grants are for professional development, to help emerging artists learn, grow and be mentored by the best in their field. Whether you're a visual artist, musician, writer, dancer, or experimenting with new mediums, our grants for emerging artists support a wide range of disciplines. Emerging artists from around Australia are eligible to apply. You must be at least 18 years old and an Australian citizen or permanent resident. So, what do we mean by emerging artist? You should be within 10 years of completing an undergraduate degree or when you first started working as an artist. You can apply to undertake a professional opportunity overseas. Think residencies, masterclasses, mentorships, or attending international conferences. We have 2 funding rounds each year. The first funding round awards grants in April, and the second funding round awards grants in September each year. You need to check our website for application open and close dates, as these do vary each year. Go to the funding rounds page on our website for the dates. If you're ready to invest in yourself as an artist, the Trust is ready to invest in you. To be eligible for funding, you must be at least 18 years old, an Australian citizen or permanent resident of Australia, and an emerging artist. What do we mean by emerging? You should be within 10 years of completing an undergraduate degree or when you started working as an artist. You don't need a formal qualification to apply. On top of this, you must also demonstrate exceptional talent, initiative, and passion for your work, and make a reasonable personal financial contribution to your project. Even if you meet this criteria, you will not be eligible to apply if you have received and acquitted a Cultural Trust grant within the last 2 years, or received a Cultural Trust grant in the past and have failed to acquit. We mainly fund projects that see artists undertake structured professional development opportunities in an international context. That means residencies, mentorships, internships, conferences and workshops, masterclasses and private lessons, or postgraduate study and study tours that focus on professional development overseas. You can apply for multiple opportunities under one project. For example, a conference followed by a residency, or masterclasses followed by private lessons. Your project will not be considered eligible if it is undergraduate study, postgraduate study through an Australian institution, a project that has already started or commences before the date indicated in our funding round, or for the sole purpose of an exhibition, performance, or making a work. For example, performing at festivals, recording an album, creating a film, or exhibiting at a biennale. If you do meet the criteria I've mentioned here, then I recommend watching our next video about understanding the application process. Applying for a Cultural Trust grant is a multi-step process. Here's how it works. Read our website. Determine if you, your project, and your project's start date will be eligible for funding. You can contact us via email if you need further clarification. Read our application guide. If your project is eligible for funding, you can start preparing your application. Our application guide tells you exactly what documents and support materials you need to submit. Research and seek out letters of support. We require a confirmation letter from the organisation where you will undertake your project. We also need signed reference letters from 2 separate referees who have worked with you at a professional artistic level. You should begin researching the proposed costs of flights, accommodation and daily expenses to include in your budget. Prepare a draft application. We have a template of the online application form on our website, so you can prepare your responses well in advance. Get others to review your draft. Use language that is clear and concise. Steer clear of art jargon. We need to understand in plain terms the objectives of your project and how it will benefit you at this stage of your career development. Lastly, review and submit. Before submitting your application, ask yourself, Have I clearly articulated why this professional development is valuable to my practice? Have I explained why my project is deserving of this grant now? Are my support materials easy to access? Have I attached the right documents in the correct fields? Remember, the deadline is always 5 p.m. Melbourne time on the closing date. If you are applying while overseas, we recommend you submit your application early, just in case. Check out our next video about budgeting for your grant application. A strong budget shows you've thought things through. Your budget should include flights, accommodation, program or tuition fees, travel insurance, mobile data plan, daily expenses such as meals and transport, cultural expenses like conference fees or gallery passes, and consumable artistic expenses, for instance, film if you're a filmmaker or clay if you're a ceramicist. We do not cover artist fees, standard arts equipment, or expenses for activities that have already occurred before your project start date. For example, if you're already overseas, in the country where your project will take place, we cannot retrospectively fund the flight you took before the project start date. Make sure your budget balances. The expenditure must match the income. Income includes your contribution and the Ian Potter Cultural Trust grant you're applying for, as well as any other grants you are applying for. The most important thing is to be realistic. The grant is to fund your project, not your lifestyle. Your budget should reflect how this grant will help make your project possible. Do you want your application to stand out? Here are our top tips. Tell a clear story. What do you want to do? And why does it matter to your growth as an artist? Be specific. Outline your project timeline, goals, and outcomes. Be clear about costs. Make sure your budget is detailed and accurate. Get letters of support from the right people. They should be from people who know your work and can verify your proposed development. Proofread. Ask someone to read over your draft application. We provide an application template on our website so you can prepare and refine your application before submitting it online. Use the application guide on the website. It includes more tips that will help you write a winning application. You've got the talent. Let the Ian Potter Cultural Trust help you take it further.